Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villa and welcome to episode 58 of Raise the Holte, our bid for world domination with Aston Villa. And as you can see from the results, something wonderful has happened. Yeah, we'll get to that in just a second. It was just amazing. Anyway, guys, this episode we're going to be playing Newcastle in the league. They are bottom of the table, but that is just all of the warm-ups ready for the second leg of our Champions League first knockout round against Bayer Leverkusen. We lost 2-1 at home. We have a lot of work to do, but there's reason, I think, to think we can do something in this because we beat Manchester City 4-0. But let's have a quick look at the other games since last episode. We played the derby against Wolves at home, and this was a really, really strong performance. Rodrigo with a double, Almeida with a goal as well. You can see we absolutely played them off the park. The player ratings tell the story. And Rodrigo and Almeida are starting to look good. And as is Markovic. I thought Markovic was out the door. I'd signed his replacement. I'm beginning to think we need to keep him for another year. I'll be honest. He's playing that well. Then we played Watford. Now, this was an even game. Now, it looks as though they've absolutely played us off the park. And to be fair, maybe they did. Maybe they just shaded it. Maybe they could have won it, and it would have been, we couldn't have had too many complaints. But yeah, we went ahead. It was an open game. It was Colin Odoteu. I think you pronounced that Odoteu. He got the goal for us. Really nice goal as well. And yeah, we can see we defended well. I thought it was an even game, but I'm going to be biased because I'm the Villa manager. They probably would feel a little bit unlucky not to have won it. And then this happened. We absolutely smashed Manchester City in the first half. Absolutely smashed them. Almeida with 2 goals, Rodrigo, and then a John Stones own goal, which really, to be honest, it was from a corner, I think, or a free kick. Mason Holgate is just absolutely leathered it straight at Stones, and it sort of hit him and bounced into the goal. I think it was on target. I don't think it was actually a Stones own goal. I think it probably should have gone to Holgate, but we don't care. Second half, we just kind of saw it out. We outpossessed them, we outshot them, we just out-everything them except for fouls. Look at those match ratings. It was absolutely insane. And Markovic, man of the match yet again. Let's have a quick look at this. I want your opinion on this. Look at his match ratings this year. 7.52. He's having his best year for us. His contract's at the end of this year. He's on 46 grand. He's 29 years old. I don't know what to do. He's getting better and better and better for us each season. And I don't know what to do. I'll be honest, I don't know what to do. Do we keep him look to extend his contract for another year? Because we did sign, I know this is digressing a little bit here, but we did sign, now is he here or is he in the reserves? We signed Rashid here to replace him. Now I think he's really good. He's potentially a 5-star player. But we can't have them both. We can't have them both registered in the Premier League squad. I think this is a better player, but I don't know because I can't play him because he can't be registered in the Premier League squad. So what do we do? Do we go with the future and just assume that he's going to be a good player? I'm giving him this sort of 6 months between signing him in January and the end of the year to settle in, or do we go with Lazar Markovic? 11 starts, 4 goals, 7 assists. I don't know what to do, guys. I don't know what to do. Anyway, let's have a look at the league table. This is how it looks after those 3 games. You can see we're sitting up there now. We're in 3rd. Liverpool's gone. I don't think we're catching them, but they've only played 24 games. They've got games in hand as well. Manchester United, we're still in that with a chance of getting 2nd. Arsenal, games in hand again, are behind us. Manchester City have played 2 games extra and they're 7 points behind. Tottenham, they're potentially on this. They've played the same amount of games as us, and they're a long, long way back. So it's looking as though it's Champions League or bust this year. We're out of both the cups. Let's have a look at the team that we are sending out to play Newcastle, and there will be a goals of the month at the end of this episode as well, so make sure you stick around for that. Now, this is essentially not the team we're looking to play against Leverkusen. We're going to try and keep them fresh. So it's Livakovic in goal, Emerson back from injury. He's going to get these. You can see his match fitness is low, so we're going to play him in this one and see how he turns up for the Leverkusen game. It's Rodrigo and AR in the defence, with Bree as a back 4 as well. Tonali and Silla go in midfield. Nick Roberts, his first start since the blood clot. Good to see him back in the first team to get a game as well, with Jumpy and Colin Atadeu, and then Botheim, he's up top. We're looking to give Botheim some game time. He's unhappy with his game time right now. We have too many strikers. I'm wondering if we maybe look to cash in on good old Botheim. Now the passionate team talks have been working. Nothing but to keep this run going. Some calm. We have faith. we've already got some motivated players there, so we'll just do these individually here. Yeah, so we'll see how we go. I don't know whether we cash in on Botheim or not, because we do have. I mean, Lewandowski hasn't really played that much this year. The problem is that no one's been scoring consistently. Almeida and Rodrigo have started to bang in the goals, which is excellent. But they're the only two. Borja hasn't scored. Botheim hasn't really scored. Here goes Ascilla! Oh, just past the post. Botheim hasn't really scored. Lewandowski hasn't really scored. Brian Carlos hasn't really been scoring. So we need to cash in on somebody, I think. I'm wondering if Botheim is perhaps the one we need to do that with. What I do like about Botheim is that he's a more rounded striker. He has sort of a more physical presence to him as well. Lewandowski has that. Borja doesn't necessarily have that. So I don't know whether it is Borja that we need to look to cash in on here or not. Alright, this is not great. Newcastle are bottom of the table right now. So ideally we won't be dropping any points here. Collins done really, really well there. Go on, son. Can he finish? This will be a cracking goal if he can get a finish. No, just didn't really get his foot into that one, did he? Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of a risk here in sort of playing. There's a lot of players here that aren't really match fit. But this is just all about Leverkusen, to be honest. I don't think we're going to catch Liverpool to win the league. I think we're relatively safe in the top four, as safe as you can be. This far out from the end of the year. So I just want to try and put everything into the Leverkusen game. See what happens with that. If we get through, fantastic. And if we don't, then we can concentrate on the league anyway at that point. So that's kind of the plan here. We'll get into half-time. I think we have shaded it. They've had 29% of the ball, but we haven't really created too much, have we? This will be a fantastic time to score. There is a little bit of time to go here. Tonelli, who hasn't really done it for us this year, if I'm honest. He's not really kicking on as I would have hoped. There's a decent ball forward from AR. Is that a penalty? It is a penalty. That looked potentially harsh. So there's a push on Nick Roberts. Who's taking the penalty? I can't see who's 18. Who was 18? Is that Botheim? It's Jumpy. Go on, Jumps. Jumpy! Oh, get in, son. You wonder if the keeper could have, maybe just stuck his hand out there and got a fingertip to that, but he didn't. That is a wonderful time to score right before the break. Not the best penalty. It was right there, wasn't it? The keeper will look back at that with a little bit of disappointment, I would think. Second goal of the year for Jumpy. Again, another one. Just isn't scoring. But got the job done there, and that's what really matters. That is a big time to score that goal. Right before, look at that, 70% of the ball. We should have had a lot more goals, you would suspect, on the back of that. I'm going to say things are going well. You're capable of better. I don't think that's as good as this particular team can play. Telbury is not good enough. We do have a potential problem with Gumny now in that he wants to play more first team football. What I'm finding with this particular version of Football Manager, and it's probably, in a way, it's more realistic, but in another way I think it's not really, is that having two good players in each position, it seems like one of them is always unhappy. Now, is that maybe the squad status I have them set at, because I lie to players and tell them they're going to be first team players when they're not, they're going to be rotation players. So maybe there's something to say about that, but I feel like like Markovic is always unhappy, and then when I play him, he's happy again. Let's get that clear, boys. And then I forget who was going in. Andre Green's been unhappy because we've been rotating, and happens at left back and at right back as well with Bree and Gumny now. And it's just like, guys, there's two good players for each position. We're a champions. This is what big teams do. If you don't want to play for a big team, then go away. But yeah, so I'm finding that a little bit frustrating. But like I say, it's probably realistic as well. So them's the breaks on that one. We haven't really seen much from us, have we? Manchester United destroying Watford. Here goes Tonali. What can he do? In for Jumpy. Nice ball around the corner there for Botheim. Back for Tonali. In for Jumpy again. We need to exploit the flanks here if we're not already, I think. Alpha Silla. Back for Tonali. Back for Silla. There's a little bit of space in here if we can get someone into that pocket. Here goes Nick Roberts. In for Jumpy. It's patient. Out for Bree. That's what we needed. There it is. It's a ball back post. There's the goal for Artateo! his third goal for the year. We've been giving him a little bit of a chance because he has come through our academy and he's really, really doing the job for us, I'll be honest. We've played him on the left, we've played him on the right. Colin Ottodeo, he's doing alright. There's a song in there somewhere. But nice ball out for Bree, cracking low cross, and he couldn't miss, could he? Really, really good stuff. Let's give him some praise for that. And then hopefully we'll be able to go on now and really, really see this game out. Let's get this away, please, boys. Rodrigo's there. Nick Roberts can't quite get to it. We just need to be a little bit careful here. 2-0, if they score now, it becomes a nervous game again, doesn't it? That's a loose pass. Bothheim pounces. Can he? Look at this through the middle. Look at this through the middle. He's gone for Nick Roberts. Nicky Roberts. Oh, it's bounced out for Colin. Go on. He's gone back post again for Roberts. Oh, that's a penalty. That is 100. Nick Roberts has got 2 penalties on his return to the first team. And I'm assuming will be Junpei again. Don't have much faith, to be honest, after that first one. Maybe pick a corner this time. Junpei! He's gone straight down the middle. You could see that coming, couldn't you? Oh, that's really, really disappointing. The keeper learnt from the first time. Credit to him. But yeah, that's a little bit annoying. Let's show some passion here. What we might do, Junpei hasn't particularly done much anyway. We'll bring Alina on for him. I always think once you miss a penalty, that's essentially their game over. Very, very few players respond well to that. Anything else you want to do? Let's give Borja a game up here for Bothheim. Emerson, I don't... A part of me wants to play Emerson against Leverkusen. Alright, let's put Matty Target on. Let's save his legs. Emerson's played well. I think he's proven himself as that he's still our first choice left back. We saw in the first leg, didn't we? Target really, he directly was at fault for one of the goals. Look at that comeback from Watford were a good team. I'm not surprised to see that, actually. Let's demand more here and see if we can finally put this game to bed with a third goal. We've made our 3 subs. Tonali's looking tired, but that's fine. It's good to see Nick Roberts. I'm really happy. I mean, a blood clot's like a life-threatening thing. So I'm really happy to see him back. He goes to Alpha-Silla. Alpha-Silla! Decent save. Nick Roberts is there to pick it up. Is that another penalty? Is that another penalty? A hat-trick of penalties almost there for Nick Roberts. Ayar's had a poor season as well, actually. It says a lot, I think, that we consider him... Well, the royal we, as in me, consider him sort of in this team, in the second string, rather than sort of getting ready to face Leverkusen in 3 days' time. But that's a good solid win, a good solid 3 points against bottom of the table. And I think they came back into it in the second half a little bit, but I think that was definitely a deserved win. And really, we missed a penalty. We probably should have won 3. Or even more, actually, because that was, 60th minute or so? 3-0 up after 60 minutes. You'd wonder if we would have really gone on and put a score on them there. Emerson and Tonali for the Italy squad. I was just thinking, isn't Emerson Brazilian? But clearly not. Anyway, guys, wait right there. We'll be back. It's the big one. It's Leverkusen, second leg. We need to score at least 2. Okay, welcome back. We are in Leverkusen, ready for this game. You can see here, Gumni out. He's injured himself. He's out for about a month or so, I think. Anyway, it doesn't matter because he's out of this game, which is a bit of a spanner in the works into our plans, to be honest, because he was being rested in the last game to play this one. But this is the team we're sending out. We were a little bit defensive last time in the first leg. We're not making that mistake again. We are going for this. It's Livakovic in goal. It's Emerson, Chambers, Holgate and Bree as a back four. McGinn and Grealish in midfield. Markovic, Almeida and Marin in behind Rodrigo. We've basically got the players that have scored the most goals in each position, with the exception of centre-back, because, they're not really there to score goals. So we can see the way they're lining up. We know we need to score at least twice, and then sort of go from there. So, as I said, we're going for it. We're just going to see what happens. A little bit of passion. Can we, I know a lot of you would, take revenge. Revenge. Marin has been off form just a little bit. It'd be good to see him get some goals here. Rodrigo and Almeida and Markovic, as I said, those three have been really, really good. Now, hopefully this isn't the last time we hear the Champions League anthem this season, but we're in tough here, aren't we? It could very well be. Prepare yourselves for that, guys, because we did somewhat mess this up in the first leg. All right, it's a Livakovic goal kick. He goes out for Chambers. Come on, let's get an early goal here, boys. Let's make him nervous. Livakovic over the top there for Emerson. This is good. Look at the space to run into. Go on, Emerson. Can he pick a pass now? He can. Rodrigo in for Almeida. What a pass that is. Almeida! Oh, what a save! It was beautiful, flowing football. It wasn't a save. Maybe he just missed it. It looked like a save. Anyway, it doesn't matter now because it didn't go in the back of the net. The only criticism was that pass from Rodrigo just sent him a little bit wide, didn't it? But otherwise, it was good. It was really good. Let's go attacking. It's been our only really real moment of the game, isn't it? By the match stats there, but not bad. All right, Almeida, what's he got now? It always looked like it was going over, didn't it? Another get creative. Come on, boys, fire up here. Let's get this first goal and get this thing underway here. One thing to remember is that if they were to score, hopefully they won't, but if they were, it doesn't change too much. We still need to score twice. That's not the best pass. McGinn will pick that up for us, though. Can he go... Oh, McGinn, what is that? What is that, McGinn? McGinn has a lot of strengths. I'm not convinced a deep-lying playmaker is necessarily his best role. Oh, no. It's Nicholas Stark. Oh. Or from that McGinn loose pass. It's the one problem in his game is he does do the occasional loose pass, and we've paid a price for that one. I mean, it's a good first-time finish. I mean, Nicholas Stark is a centre-back, a deep-lying or deep-sitting midfielder, an absolute stretch. How he's that far forward and scoring a goal like that, I do not know. And Leverkusen picks up the loose pass there. We are exploiting the flanks. Yes, we are. Come on. Let's get the goal back before half-time. Let's equalise on the night, and then we just need one in the second half. Ball goes out there for Emerson. Emerson in for Marin. Marin goes early forward. Look at the space for Rodrigo. Go on, Rodrigo! Oh, he's gone for the dink. Just freaking put it in the back of the net. Oh, Rodrigo, what is that? He's been so good. He's been like an automatic goal for the last month or so. All right, Markovic, what's he got for us? Overlapping Bree. Back in for Markovic. Markovic, a little bit of space. Thinks it in. And again, it's headed away. Can we win that? No, we can't. Oh, and now we find ourselves in some serious trouble yet again. Oh, good block there from Bree. I'm assuming it's Bree. It's still there for Leverkusen, though. This is a good Leverkusen team, isn't it? They're just passing it around for fun, and that is not good. Now we need 3 goals. We've just been sucked out of position there. McGinn and Emerson. Come on, boys. Demand more. I mean, we've got nothing to lose. We keep attacking, don't we, really? There's absolutely nothing to lose here. What we might look to do is get stuck in. We just need to try and win this ball back. Oh, that's a good effort, but they just look better than us, don't they? They're first to everything. They're defending well. Leverkusen gets that one nicely. Now, surely that's not the highlight. Throws it out nicely for Emerson. There's goals in this game for us. We just need a little bit of quality at the right moment. There's a good ball. Markovic! Oh, he's put it straight at the keeper again. We should have scored twice this game. Rodrigo in his friggin' dink, and Markovic, and arguably they've been our 2 best players. If there was there are goals in this game for us. We just need one, don't we? We just need... Okay, aggressive. Not happy with that, boys. Come on. I'm convinced we can score 3 goals this half, because we should have scored 2 last half. We just need a little bit of quality on the ball at the times that we need it most. Let's try and encourage. All right, if we start thinking of changes, what do we want to change here? I mean, I'll be honest. Almeida's not having a great game, is he? What can we do? I'm thinking we've got to try and we'll try and overload them. We've got to go 2 up top. We'll take Almeida off. We'll go 2 up top. And then we're going to put McGinn box to box. It opens us right up. I realise that, but we don't really have much to lose at this point, do we? We need 3 goals. You know, we're in a hole and we need to desperately try and dig ourselves out of it. let's maybe not exploit the flanks. I just have a feeling there's a lot of space sort of inside, isn't there, when it's for Emerson to run into. Perhaps if we don't exploit the flanks, we might be able to find a little bit more of that space, especially with two. It's not happening, is it? What about just a single goal? Could we get just a single goal? We'll push him forward. We're going to bring Alpha Silla on. I mean, it's getting silly at this point, isn't it? We'll play him as an attacking Mazzella. Maybe we don't want Grilly. We don't want too many men forward. Otherwise, there's just no one in there to pass it to them. I don't usually go revenge, but I just thought maybe, if you don't use it often, maybe it'll have an effect. But come on, boys. We've been completely, thoroughly, and utterly outplayed here, haven't we? The first leg, it was defensive errors, but this game, we've just been picked apart. Should we have gone out a little bit more conservatively to start with? I mean, there's maybe an argument for that. The one thing we really didn't want was them to score the first goal. But yeah. Sorry, guys, it doesn't look like it's happening. So that, out of the cups as well, that just means it's the league. What we might look to do is make sure we're going to get the top four, and then we can start now and make decisions for next season. I'm thinking of chopping. I'm thinking Junpei has never really, I don't think, captured our hearts, has he? He's flattered to deceive a few times, but he's never really done it for us. I'm thinking we might look to get rid of him. We need to get rid of some strikers. I'm wondering. It's offside. Okay. Well, if those start going in, then it's just not been your day. Yeah, we need to get rid of strikers. Who do we get rid of? Bothheim's never really done it. Labadovic, I think, has shown signs that there's a good player in there. What I do like about those two is I said, they have the physical presence as well, which Borja doesn't have. Borja was so good the first, two-thirds of last season, and he's barely scored since. He has 3 goals this year, and they all came in the one game. So maybe we look to get rid of Borja if we can. Let me know what you think in the comments of Markovic. Do we keep him? Do we go with my initial plan and get rid of him and bring in Rashid? That was disappointing, I'll be honest. That wasn't. We've gone out with a whimper. So there it is. It's 4-1 in the end on aggregate. I think what this first campaign in the Champions League has shown us is that we're not good enough right now for Europe. We just about got through the group, and then we really, really, really struggled to get anything out of Leverkusen. If we have a quick look at the finances, see, we're still in the red here for this financial fair play thing as well, with the wages. 5-point deduction is what it says we could cop for that. 5 points now. It doesn't really affect us. It makes us a little bit tighter for fourth with Manchester City, but really 10 points. We should still be comfortable. We'll just make sure we try and keep that 5-point gap just to be safe. But I still don't really understand how we can be over our wage budget and only spending... What are we spending? Like 1 point something on wages? 1.6 on wages a week? No, we're not even spending that. We're spending 1.5, just under 1.6. So I don't understand how we can be over any sort of financial fair play thing on that. Anyway, guys, that is it for today. Not the best way to end the episode, I know. But I guess these things happen sometimes, don't they? So sorry about that, but we'll get them next year in the Champions League. We'll be back on Friday for Middlesbrough and... do we do Chelsea and Liverpool, maybe? Liverpool's top of the table. If there's any chance... We've got a bit of a run of games coming up here, don't we? We'll come back for Chelsea and Liverpool, both away from home. And if there's any chance in the league, we need to beat Liverpool on that day, don't we? So that'll be all for Friday, guys. As I said, if you are new to the channel, welcome. Please do ring the bell and subscribe so you know when I upload new episodes. But until Friday, guys, Open Aussie Film, thank you so much for watching. And here are some of our best goals from February. Take care and enjoy.